Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Our top story tonight, get your sweaters out and your boots ready. The temperatures are expected to drop tonight.
With more on what we can expect, and there have been some changes in earlier today, let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
That's right. That's a big story, Scott. And we have a new advisory now out and a new warning. We thought maybe we would avoid freezing temperatures near coastal locations. That is not the case now. High-res computer forecast models lately over the last hour has now shown a shift of the wind more northerly and to the northeast earlier than anticipated. And what that means now is those freezing temperatures will make it toward the coast. So now everyone is in that freeze warning in Manatee and Sarasota. Obviously, Hardee, Charlotte, and Highlands counties also into that freeze warning as they have been. So what that means is that you thought maybe you could avoid covering your plants. Now it's a good idea that you do cover your plants all west of I-75 now. So that's the big breaking news right now, is that everyone has been included in this freeze warning now across our viewing area as a result of the latest model run suggesting more of a north to northeasterly turn. Small craft advisories will stay with us through tonight and tomorrow morning. And another problem is the dangerous wind chills. Regardless of the actual temperature, we are all going to see dangerous wind chills. That means mid-20s. We're talking, feel like 25 degrees. And that wind chill is what it feels like and what your body has to deal with, that kind of temperature due to the winds taking that heat away from your body. So if you're going to be outdoors, obviously limit that time. And if you are going outdoors, hats, jackets, sweaters, gloves will all be necessary because hypothermia can occur very quickly when it comes to these cold outbreaks. Now, as far as the cold blast moving in, wear several layers of loose-fitting clothing. Obviously, bring in or cover your sensitive plants. Properly ventilate space heaters. That means move them away, which things may cause them to ignite, such as curtains and clothing around near there. And limit your pets' outdoor exposure as well as yourself, because it doesn't take long, as I said, for the core temperature of your body to cool down in this kind of dangerous situation here along the west coast of Florida. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for that update, Bob. Sarasota County officials have opened up cold weather shelters tonight, and they will reopen tomorrow for those in need. Just a little while ago, the Salvation Army on 10th Street in Sarasota opened up its front porch, and at 6:30 they will open up their doors. Also open tonight, Grace United Methodist Church on Eastfield Avenue in Venice and New Hope Community Church on South Biscayne Drive in Northport. In Manatee County, the Manatee County's Salvation Army shelter is also open on 14th Street West in Bradenton.
The Salvation Army in Bradenton started getting ready yesterday for those who will be seeking shelter. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us from the Salvation Army, where they are welcoming everyone who may need shelter tonight, something they were not able to do during the last cold snap earlier this month.
Staff here at the Salvation Army are opening additional areas on the premises to house more people this time around. During the last cold snap earlier this month, the shelter reached full capacity. If the men's lodge and family shelter becomes full, the staff will open up the dining area and the church gymnasium for those looking to get off the streets and find a warm spot. Opening these areas could mean the difference between space for 115 people to almost 300. The assessment for additional space comes after the cold snap earlier this month.
So we met after that and said we could use this area if we needed to, and so that's how we have come up with the areas that we can expand the potential beds. The only limitation that we would have at this point is mats, because we won't have that many beds, but we put down mats where they'll stay overnight and be in a warm place at least, and then be able to be fed in the morning.
The Salvation Army here in Bradenton plan to open their doors between 6 to 8 tonight for people looking to find shelter ahead of that cold snap. In the meantime, they're bidding donations from the community. They're asking for everything, including blankets and food. I'm Marla Spence reporting for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Marla. The cold weather has temporarily halted water fun in downtown Venice. The city announcing that the Children's Fountain in Centennial Park is closed until further notice due to windy conditions and the anticipated cold weather. That fountain will reopen when conditions improve. And the Manatee County School District is asking parents to make sure their students are prepared for that cold weather tomorrow morning.
ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick spoke with school officials today on what is being done at schools to keep our students safe. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, when kids step outside tomorrow morning to head to school, temperatures will be right around freezing. And in Manatee County alone, they have 16,000 students that ride the bus. That means these students will be spending an extended amount of time outside in these frigid temperatures. So the district is warning parents and students to be prepared. The district sent out a phone message to parents last night, reminding them to have their students dress warm, especially if they're walking to school, riding their bike, or waiting for the bus at the bus stop. They're also stressing that the students dress in layers. Meanwhile, today, Manatee County School District's maintenance department is checking in at all of the schools to make sure that the heating systems are working properly.
Our maintenance department is going to come in early tomorrow morning just in case there's any problems so they can get out and address them. So any schools that have any problems with heating at their schools can call our maintenance department and they'll be out there ready to help them.
The district has also been constantly reminding students to wash their hands as often as they can and not to share any food or water, as the flu season, as we all know, is now in full swing. But surprisingly, Manatee County officials say that they haven't seen a lot of absences district-wide because of the flu. Reporting live in Lakewood Ranch, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. Now to the latest on the flu virus sweeping the nation. 10-year-old Nico Malozzi, one of the latest children to fall victim to this year's epidemic. Nico and his family were on their way to a hockey tournament in Buffalo, but rushed to the hospital when he started coming down with the flu. He was sent home to rest, but they never made it back to Connecticut. Officials believe he died from the flu and sepsis. The CDC confirming 20 children across the country have now died from the flu this winter, 7 just last week.
This seems to be the worst flu season we've had here in at least 10 to 15 years.
In California, health officials say 42 people younger than the age of 65 have died from flu-related complications. That's compared to only 9 at this time last year. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Some are setting up ER tents in parking lots to triage the flood of patients. While health department officials believe the season is peaking, it will most likely go on for several months, and they remind us all that it's still not too late to get a flu shot.
The green light has been given on plans to develop a comprehensive cancer program in Sarasota Memorial Hospital. New facilities will offer cancer prevention, screening, diagnosis, and treatment. This week, the Sarasota County Public Hospital Board approved $220 million to start that program. The master plan includes building a new cancer inpatient and surgical tower on the hospital's main campus and an outpatient radiation treatment center on its campus at University Parkway. The goal is to provide cancer patients with the latest in technology to give them their best chance here at home rather than having them travel for treatment.
More cancers are being cured, and that's great, and that's what our goal is curing the cancer. But we also have these patients that are cured that have secondary medical illnesses, and it's nice to be able to have them stay in the community where their primary care doctors and their specialists that have been caring for them can continue to care for them through this whole process, through the whole phase of treatment.
SMH plans to host several community workshops and neighborhood meetings to discuss the plans within the community. Currently, Florida is the second highest in the country with newly diagnosed cancer cases, followed before California.
Florida's first centralized cold case database has been unveiled. It contains more than 400 unsolved murder cases dating back to the 1950s. The site is hosted by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and police from across the state are now able to upload their cold cases to this site in order to seek justice for families. The website can be accessed by anyone, including other law enforcement agencies, victims' families, or potential witnesses who may have information on a specific case but never knew where to go or who to talk to. Ryan Backman's father, Clifford, was murdered in Jacksonville in 2009. He says the website could be an important tool to help find a lead in his dad's cold case.
I thought I was preparing myself that they might not catch the guy that murdered my dad, but I couldn't prepare myself for the fact that they were going to stop looking. And so born through that was the idea that we could do more.
Law enforcement officers say the centralized database makes it much easier to share information among agencies while giving the public one specific site to go to if they have information. We've put a link to that database on our website. Just go to mysuncoast.com and look under links we mentioned.
We're learning more tonight about that shocking case of child abuse in California. 2 parents accused of abusing their children, holding 13 of them captive in their own home. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest on what investigators have learned.
A first glimpse from the Daily Mail inside that house of horrors in California, where police say 13 siblings were held captive and tortured by their own parents.
There were 3 individuals that were chained to some type of furniture inside the residence. There was a very foul smell inside the residence. It was extremely dirty.
The emaciated siblings ranging in age from 2 to 29.
The kids were pale. The kids were thin.
Rescued after one of them, a brave 17-year-old girl, managed to escape by climbing out of a window, then calling 911.
When we first saw them, everybody thought they were children.
Even the 29-year-old.
The 29-year-old specifically, she has a body habitus of the underdeveloped 15 years old.
A neighbor's surveillance video shows the parents, David and Louise Turpin, being led away from their home in Paris, California in handcuffs. Police say Louise was, quote, perplexed by why authorities were there. Her sister telling GMA no one in the extended family knew about the alleged abuse because the Turpins kept their children so isolated.
I've asked for 20 years to be able to Skype them. And I want them to know that they do have family that they love, whether they know us or not. That love them.
And all 13 siblings are hospitalized, being treated for malnourishment and emotional trauma. Their parents are expected in court tomorrow. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a massive winter storm moving across the country. We will take a look at what millions of Americans are facing tonight.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast and what we can expect here at home. Plus, are you prepared for a disaster? Survival tips for the unexpected coming up in Health Smart.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Millions of people in the Midwest, Deep South, and along the east coast of the United States dealing with strong dose of winter weather. ABC's Maggie Rulli shows us more.
Record cold has frozen the Deep South, as much of the region declares a state of emergency. Schools and roads across the South remain closed.
And I want to urge residents, as I usually do in these type of events, I want them to be ready, and I want them to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary.
Watch out! The deep freeze icing over roads from Texas to South Carolina to Atlanta.
It's been a pretty slippery road down here.
Houston is seeing such bad traffic jams, some drivers are going backwards.
It's terribly frustrating. I don't even really know where I am at the moment.
Other highways in Texas look more like bumper cars. Our station KTRK reporting one crash.
Whoa,
when another truck careens down the same road.
Please stay off the roads. Please stay off the roads.
The icy roads are littered with accidents. More than 400 crashes in Houston alone. And to the north, ice-jammed rivers are overflowing, even flooding entire neighborhoods. The frigid temps are also wreaking havoc on air travel. More than 1,500 flights are already canceled and thousands more delayed. When it comes to de-icing, many Texans are turning to some creative solutions. We're getting hit with the last of the storm snow right now here in the Northeast, but it is not over yet. In its wake, the storm's leaving behind yet another blast of cold Arctic air. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
And here again, the headline on the Suncoast is that they've extended the freeze warning for us.
Right, and sometimes, you know, you can get away with not having to worry about covering your plants, but now that's not the case.
Yeah.
As I said last night, I would always cover them if it's that close to I-75 anyway, but it looks like even out to near the beaches, Longboat Key and Siesta Key could get very close to freezing. Not everyone is, but there's going to be pockets of cold air that will make it all the way out to the beaches, it looks like now. It's funny, 2 years ago, we were dealing with tornadoes and killer tornadoes that are making their way through the Suncoast. Now it's cold air that's blowing through right now. And we have been putting out advisories as well as engage video updates on our weather app. You want to tune into that and you can download it as well if you can. Go to your app store and I'll be giving some video updates as far as temperatures go and how they're falling throughout the evening. You can see that snow made its way all the way through the panhandle of Florida earlier. And this is now the watch and warning map. It includes everyone. Earlier it had just been places to the east of I-75. Now it includes everyone. That's simply due to a shift in the model. A very reliable high-res forecast model now is suggesting a quicker turn to the north in terms of our winds and maybe even northeasterly, as opposed to a northwesterly wind that was expected to be with us a little bit longer. That northwest wind, what it does, it picks up the relatively warmer waters out in the Gulf, and the water temperature now at around 58 to 60 degrees. That would have kept things a bit milder, but now with that north to northeasterly wind flow, it's going to bring that freezing temperature, it looks like a good possibility, all the way toward the coast. The Van Wezel webcam shows, but a lot of sunshine today. It was nice throughout most of the day, and then this afternoon, shortly after 3 o'clock, you see the clouds rolling in. Temperatures dropped to some 15 to 20 degrees in just a couple of hours, indicating the front indeed has moved through. And now what we'll see is the skies, although cloudy now, will clear, and that will allow temperatures to drop. On top of that, that north or northwest wind earlier switching around to the north will really usher in the coldest air of the season. And that front now is right over the top of, say, Charlotte County as it continues to push to the southeast. Snow falling as far south now. Earlier today into Florida and now into the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Well, here again is the freeze warning. It's in effect until 9 a.m. Thursday. We'll see the duration of freezing temperatures from 5 to 8 hours. Now, what you want to do is you want to bring your sensitive plants indoors if you can. If not, cover them and make sure that you cover them and try to keep them off the leaves and foliage there because even the proximity of that touching the leaves can indeed cause some freezing temperatures. What you're doing is you're getting the ground, the energy, at least the heat from the ground kind of working its way in through that covered plant, which keeps the temperatures a little bit warmer there. Indeed, we're going to see wind chill factors extreme across the region. Small craft advisory in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow. There's the dangerous wind chills. We're talking mid-20s really for places like Sarasota, Sarasota, Palmetto, Bradenton, Parrish, as well as into Venice, Inglewood, Northport. You're all going to see dangerous wind chills, and what I mean by that is hypothermia can occur very quickly if you're outdoors and not protected. Our blood's a little thin down here, especially if you're a resident, and it won't take much to cool things down and chill things out. Weather headlines read like this: freeze warning expanded as of 5 o'clock this evening. Wind chill mid-20s. Cold again Thursday night. We're going to get in the 30s again tomorrow night and Friday morning. Doesn't appear we'll see freezing temperatures here, but inland counties certainly could once again. And here's a look at the lows now adjusted for this expanded freeze warning now. Inglewood 31, Venice possibility right at freezing, Lakewood Ranch 29, Sarasota 31 degrees and 32 in Bradenton, 35 at Anna Maria and 35 at Longboat Key. So temperatures really dropping quite frequently and significantly late tonight and tomorrow morning. Small craft advisory, as I said, remains in effect. Winds will be fairly brisk throughout the night tonight and then subside tomorrow afternoon. So we'll start off with 20 knots in the morning, subsiding to about 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon for boaters, but still very cold out there to be doing any kind of boating. So the forecast calls for a high of only 55 tomorrow with sunshine. And then we'll see another 38-degree start on Friday. We'll warm up, though, quite pleasantly on Saturday, 72, 74 on Sunday, and then it's in the 70s for much of the work week next week. Back to you.
That looks good. Thank you, Bob. Now to First Alert traffic. We don't see any major crashes in the area right now for your drive home, but lots of green on the map and the interstate. Looking all clear, except for a little slowdown right past University Parkway. Otherwise, looking good tonight. Jacqueline.
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, inclement weather, mudslides, wildfires, and now a nuclear missile scare. Would you know what to do if a disaster was declared where you live? With more, here's ABC's Maggie Ruley.
If you were in Hawaii last weekend, you may have had more excitement than you bargained for. It turned out to be an erroneous warning of a missile strike, but while the panic in this case came from a false alarm, it highlights the importance of knowing how to react to an emergency situation to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Here's what you can do. First, have a plan for your family. And if you don't already have one, make one soon. If you need help, there are some great educational resources available from FEMA online at ready.gov. Next, have an emergency supply kit. It makes sense to stockpile medical supplies, at least 2 weeks worth of food and water, and anything else you might need in a pinch. And finally, stay alert. In the event of an emergency situation, local and federal government will be providing information that could help you weather any disaster, whether it's a flood, wildfires, or something else. Small steps you can take now to make sure you're prepared for the unexpected. With this Medical Minute, I'm Maggie Ruley.
In an effort to help fight opioid abuse, Walmart is now launching a new opioid disposal product. The company says the product, which is called Dispose RX, provides a safe and effective way to get rid of unused opioid medication. According to the manufacturer, when Dispose RX is added to a pill bottle with warm water, it separates the medication into a biodegradable gel. Walmart pharmacies will provide Dispose RX at no cost to patients filling new Class II opioid prescriptions. The product is also available in pharmacies at Sam's Club, which is owned by Walmart. Coming up, tattoos that talk, a look at the state-of-the-art technology that turns your ink into sound. Plus, Great Ball of Fire, the amazing sight over Michigan.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $24,999. Or drive away in a beautiful new Chrysler 300 for as little as $21,999. That's right, save over $9,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Bang Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in an accident, whether or not it's your fault, your insurance company might be responsible for some of your expenses. So give us a call. We've got your back.
I'll be right back.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Well, if you could get a tattoo of your favorite song or recorded message, would you?
Well, now thanks to cutting-edge technology, you have that option. Jeremy Roth explains.
Some people choose tattoos that speak to them. That is literally the case with these tattoos that can play back audio clips.
I love you.
It's a new tech-based take on body art from Los Angeles startup Skin Motion. A specially trained artist recreates a sound wave file as a tattoo. An app is then used to read the tattoo and play back the associated audio file. The company says it's done using a combination of audio processing and image recognition. For one man, it was a chance to keep forever a voicemail his grandmother left him before she died.
Hey, Brian, this is Grandma. See you later, babe.
Well, did you see it? A massive ball of fire was spotted streaking across the night sky in Michigan on January 16th. It was caught on dash and surveillance cameras across the state. Eyewitnesses say the flash was also accompanied by a loud boom. The National Weather Service says it was likely a meteor and that it caused a magnitude 2.0 earthquake. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake was centered about 40 miles northeast of Detroit. And finally, authorities in Rockland, California shared a video clip of a pair of masked bandits caught on camera. There they are! Okay, they're just a couple of rascally raccoons in a storm drain. Yeah, there's really no story here, but look how cute! Or take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Okay, that was pretty cute.
Now, if a red balloon had come out of there,
then it would have been a little creepy.
Yeah, the movie It, yeah.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, as the area prepares to welcome lowered temperatures, what actions you need to take now to protect your plants and your pets.
Plus, how travelers here on the Suncoast are being affected as winter weather wreaks havoc for millions across the nation.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, We provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8-time Tony Award winner Once, held over by popular demand. Captivating and breathtaking, Once is an unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all. Critics are calling Once engaging and heartwarming, outstanding, and a flawless production. Audiences are calling it phenomenal and better than Broadway. Once must close January 19th. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability, or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.